What's up, netizens? You're watching DarkStar. My name's Anthony. I'm joined by fellow reaction Joey. What's up, dude?
Yeah. What's up, dude?
Today we're gonna be watching Death Battle. Joey's favorite two characters of all time. End up on here. Booster Gold, especially. Now, Joey's been a Booster Gold fan since the Golden Girls were still on television. So,
for sure.
Yeah, I can't remember anything about him.
Me either. I wish I could.
We looked him up for like 3 seconds last week, or not last one. The last one we watched.
Drawing a blank on him.
We got Cable. I'm rooting for Cable probably, unless Booster Gold's got some crazy like shit.
He is DC, so it's probably gonna be kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's just gonna win straight up. Actually, this is the one they put in there so that they can like, when people are like, actually, Marvel's won this many of these battles against DC, so it's a lot more even than you think. And it's like they including like battles like Cable versus Booster Gold and shit.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know he was even a person. I thought it was a joke. So, like, I didn't know he was real. Now I do. Well, maybe you haven't seen analysis yet.
It's gonna be somebody else.
So I was watching Booster Gold. It's actually this guy.
All right, well, let's go ahead and check this shit out.
Mankind has always looked to the past with regret for mistakes, and to the future for the chance to correct them. But what if the past and future could be visited at the same time?
I'd say buckle up, but where we're going, we don't need seatbelts. Wait, is that the right quote?
Cable, the time-traveling warrior mutant from Marvel.
And Booster Gold, the greatest DC Comics hero you've never heard of. Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Cable's winning this one, dude.
Our convoluted story begins with the supervillain, Mr. Sinister.
With a name like that, you'd just be disappointed if he wasn't a supervillain.
In an attempt to destroy another supervillain, Apocalypse, Sinister planned to create the ultimate mutant.
So he decided to, breed the X-Men Scott Summers and Jean Grey. Alright, weirdo, I mean, they're already in a relationship.
Just one little problem. By the time Sinister was ready, Jean was kind of dead.
No problem for Mr. Cine. He just cloned Jean, got the new her in bed with Cyclops, and bam! Out popped Nathan Summers, Marvel's ultimate baby.
Of course, we're talking about comic books here, so Jean eventually came back to life. After dumping the clone, Scott and Jean decided to raise baby Nate together.
Oh, how nice. They love happy endings.
Until Nate was kidnapped by, ironically, Apocalypse. Apocalypse infected Nate with the techno-organic virus, a liquid metal that converts organic tissue into cold, unfeeling steel.
It's basically cyborg herpes. And just like the real thing, there was no cure. Trust me. Until the lady from the future showed up.
Long story short, Scott and Jean allowed Nate to be taken 2,000 years into the future in hopes of a cure. Unfortunately, there wasn't one, because the future world was ruled by, of course, Apocalypse.
So now, poor Nate's got an
that Apocalypse is really ugly.
And is stranded in a post-apocalyptic apocalypse future. What a ripoff.
Well, it's not all bad. As the techno-organic virus took over Nathan's body, it enhanced his strength, speed, and endurance. Most notably, he gained a powerful metal arm and a cybernetic eye that can see in infrared objects 2 miles away and fire lasers.
And if any part of his robo self is damaged, he can just put it back together lickety-split.
He's more than just a cyborg, though. His training in the future turned him into an incredible hand-to-hand combatant and tactical genius.
And like any good 90s comic book hero, he often comes to fights packing some totally awesome heat. Machine guns, laser guns, a doohickey that can control dinosaurs? What more would you need? He became a gritty savior of the future, where everyone knew him by one name, Cable.
Unfortunately, despite being in the future, he was running out of time. The virus would eventually overtake his body and destroy him.
Good thing Cable's not just any mutant. He's an Omega-level mutant, which means his power is ultra-maximum level.
Thanks to his parentage, Cable possesses incredible telekinetic power. He can move objects with his mind, create force fields, disassemble complex technology, and even manipulate matter down to the atomic level.
He uses this TK power to keep the technovirus at bay. Yeah, he's constantly pushing the virus back 24/7. How does he do that in his sleep?
His telekinetic powers are so strong that he once stopped 247 enormous missiles, contained their explosions, and then funneled them out of the atmosphere.
badass. He's also a telepath who can read and control minds on a planet-wide level. He can even shut your brain
What?
off if he doesn't like you. Wish I could do
The
that.
fuck
with
is
Wiz.
that?
Good luck with that. He's capable of ionizing the entire planet's atmosphere all by himself, and his psionic powers extend even further. He can physically displace his body through both time and space, allowing him to teleport and time travel.
It was those timey-wimey powers that let Cable visit the 20th century where he met the X-Men, joining their fight for a better future in our past.
And that's how he found alternate versions of himself, like a clone named Strife, a timeline where he was a she named Rachel, and another Nathan Gray who was called X-Man.
Wow, really breaking the bank on the name of that guy, huh?
Pretty gutsy to name himself after the entire franchise.
Hey, Wiz,
Oh my.
is that Jesus?
It is. Oh my god.
Holy shit, be careful of what you say in front of mutant Jesus.
X-Man's potential is
I
incredible.
mean-
A showcase of the almighty power Cable could have if not for the techno-organic virus.
So Cable said, screw this bullshit.
Deadpool
and
2
straight
Cable
up
is,
pulled the
dollar store
virus
brand
out of
then.
himself. What did he even grab onto?
Literally rearranging his DNA to do so, which is impossible. Across the 70 trillion cells in an average human body, there are over 200,000 pairs of DNA. But somehow, over the course of a day, Cable could comprehend and manipulate each and every one.
Yeah, that's why I said hardcore. Without that dumb virus digging him over, he's lifted a giant metal island into the sky, broke the Silver Surfer's
Yeah,
board,
he didn't
and
punch
even
it.
moved
Planets and
Moved the
extinguishing
Earth out of its
stars.
solar orbit by 10%.
Brought Silver Surfer hand to
Cable would have
hand.
generate
Jesus.
470 decillion joules of energy, about 112 septillion tons of TNT.
That's 24 zeros.
Look at this
bitches.
fucking
He
feats
stepped
over
up to
here,
fight
dude.
the
What?
Silver Surfer and was tough enough to
Destroyed
survive
the
the
X-Men.
Incredible
Beat the
Hulk.
But
Avengers
even
by
with all
himself.
this power, Cable knew he could never truly save the future. However, he
If
did
fucking the
eventually
DC
find
guy
hope.
wins this, I
Yeah,
mean,
like
Marvel's
literally,
a
it's a
joke.
girl named Hope.
After so much time alone, he had finally found a family to protect. Whether it be past, present, or future, Cable will always be fighting for a better tomorrow.
Remember it, Apocalypse. The name's Cable.
Not DirecTV.
Booster Gold is a hero, an icon.
He's
You're
gonna be a
fucking
fucking
right, T.
complete
He's a
joke
vigilante
character.
protecting the streets of Metropolis, and also the head of his own PR company. He's a wink and a catchphrase. He's fame and fortune incarnate.
But the number one
He
thing
has
to
a
know
show
about
or
Booster
movie?
Gold,
What?
he's 100% full of shit.
Michael John Carter was your average star college football player from the 25th century.
His future in the future was bright until his mother caught a devastating illness they couldn't afford to treat.
Forced into a
Alias
corner,
is
Michael
Green
was
Lantern,
caught betting on his
mistakenly.
own games in order to pay for the treatment.
Should have moved to future Canada.
While his mother did survive, Michael found himself in jail. After his time, he just managed to land a job as a security guard at the Metropolis Space Museum and stumbled upon the exhibit on 20th century superheroes.
Which inspired him to become a superhero too. Kind of. Actually, he stole all the hero tech he could, and turns out it was the real deal, including a goddamn time machine. Oh yeah, great idea. Let's just leave that shit lying around in the museum that hires ex-cons as security.
Alongside his own C-3PO bot, Skeet, Michael took a trip to the past. He used his knowledge of future events to profit off the stock market and form his own company, DarkStar Incorporated.
Smart
That's
guy.
pretty clever of him. Clever like a fox. Because Michael J. Fox played the guy from Back to the Future, and he went back and Sports Almanac.
This PR firm and merchandising house would eventually introduce him as a self-made superhero celebrity, GoldStar.
Except Ronald Reagan misheard the name as Booster Gold, and it stuck. Well, now he sounds like a trading card pack.
Don't get the wrong idea, Michael didn't initially become a superhero for altruistic means. Even Superman, the most positive man alive, believed Booster Gold to be a huge dick.
Who could blame him? Booster didn't care about helping people. He just wanted to make a fortune on problems he already knew would happen. Sports Almanac, remember?
Luckily, he wasn't all talk. His stolen technology was incredibly advanced.
Like his power suit, which, despite making him look like a huge tool, increases his strength, speed, and toughness to superhuman levels.
His main offensive gear includes energy gauntlets, both of which can fire unidirectional blasts known as
Yeah, this dude's about to
booster
get his
shots.
ass
Really leaning into
whooped.
that brand synergy, huh?
And if an enemy is getting a little handsy, he can redirect the gauntlet's energy through his suit. zapping the shit out of anything it touches. Or it can amp up his strength even more. He's just gotta be careful not to run out of fuel.
His goggles include heat vision, infrared, and X-ray, and his Legion flight ring allows him to, you know.
But at the end of the day, Booster's still an ordinary guy. He's like if Iron Man were a dumb loser. He'd get his ass kicked on a daily basis if he didn't have his nifty force field built.
Potentially his most important tool of all. Booster's force field is an impenetrable wall of continual energy so dense that not even bacteria can pass through.
It can shrug off physical and energy attacks as well as weirder stuff like mind control.
From the likes of Maxwell Lord, no less. A telepath powerful enough to brainwash the entire planet.
Booster can even remove his force field and wrap it around something else to protect them or to crush them into nothingness, like my heart after 7th grade prom.
Perhaps this suit's most bizarre ability is his mass dispersion field. Instead of blocking attacks, this field absorbs matter and spits it back out. Obviously, if applied to a human being, the results would be...
Me at my 7th grade prom.
And while Booster originally needed a time machine to travel to the past, he has since integrated temporal circuitry into his suit, allowing him to travel the time stream at will, or just stop it entirely. He can even hang out with his past and future selves.
Booster managed to fight alongside the Justice League. There he met fellow D-lister Blue Beetle, kicking off the most wholesome bromance ever.
To be fair, Booster wasn't just an empty charlatan. Sure, he used his future technology to pretend he had superpowers, but as time went on, his acts of heroism became real and often required sacrifice. Perhaps his friendship with Blue Beetle helped mold him into the selfless hero he later became.
As much of a doofus as he can be, he's also kicked his fair share of ass. He's managed to go toe-to-toe with heavy hitters like Doomsday and Maxima.
He's moved quick enough to dodge beams of light, even flying fast enough to keep up with Flash and tap into the Speed Force. You know, the extra-dimensional energy field that controls all kinetic energy in the multiverse.
And his force field is
I can kind of understand why we haven't heard of this guy, because he kind of makes all of the superheroes that we care about fucking irrelevant. They basically are saying that they technologically fucking mastered all of the different superpowers that all the fucking people have.
He's also a huge showboat and will take any opportunity he can to get rich quick. Like the time he and Blue Beetle stole Justice League funds to set up a casino on a tropical island, which turned out to be alive. True story. It was weird.
Booster's story is,
Somebody
if
get Akuma.
anything, the journey to humility. After years of hero work, he was offered membership with the Justice League of America. And yet, he turned it down, knowing the damage such a thing could do to history.
Instead, Booster chose to travel the time stream, repairing its cracks and saving the multiverse. His mom was pretty proud of him.
The important thing is that he chose a life he could not publicize. He'd be saving the world behind the scenes. It may not have been what he originally planned, but Booster Gold would ultimately become the greatest hero you've never heard of.
I am Booster Gold, the greatest hero you've never heard of. Until now!
I mean, I assume he's gonna get his ass kicked.
What the fuck is that from?
All right, the combatant
He's
stars
got a
set.
movie.
Run the data through all possibilities.
It can't be his. It's gotta be like somebody else's, right?
Game in the kitchen.
Going down DP quick.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Cable. Maybe Booster Gold. One of the two.
The only thing Booster Gold seemed to have was like
That
messing
belt.
around with other people.
What if he puts Cable inside that belt though? Then he can just turn him nothing.
Can he? I don't think he can.
Well, they had that guy in the belt. He said he can use him to protect him or to squish him, is what he said.
Yeah, but that's not gonna work on Cable.
I mean, do you know? I don't. So you may be right.
Yes.
But do you know?
I do know.
Okay.
I know. Because I know. Even though I don't know that much about these characters. But Cable's like a fucking reality warping, like, god. He should win
They
this.
said the mind shit won't go through, penetrate the.
Yeah, he won't be able to use
Well-
telepathy on him. But that I don't think that matters. I mean, it's hard to tell. Has Booster Gold ever lost? Did they even say that he's like lost?
I didn't see him lose.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's see.
he's gonna lose. He's gonna die. All right, Cable.
I'm sick of Cable.
Cable's winning. That's happening. All right, let's check it out.
Huh?
buddy. Do you mind? You're hogging my spotlight here.
You look like an idiot.
Huh.
It's Booster Gold, the main character in The Boys.
You want to take on the champ to boost your street cred, right? Oh, okay. Well, if it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get.
The pavement will be stained with your blood.
What? Is this guy serious? Thank you! Thank you!
Just leave the shield on forever, dude.
He's got a limited power source too.
Oh, they did say that. They did say that.
All right, douchebag. You want some of this? Let's see how far you fly.
You hit like a girl.
Did you just punch me into next week?
Wonder if they showed the time on purpose.
Oh, that's a lot of dead people.
I'm ending this farce.
Oh, come on!
I set this up while you were playing Roadkill. Funny how time travel works.
Oh, hey! I can do that too! In fact, it's kind of my thing. So, here's an army of me's from every second we've fought so far.
That's kind of crazy.
Enough! Turn those shields off!
Oh, no! A voice in my head must
Oh, he's fucking and playing around.
move. Force field!
Oh, it's serious.
Finally.
I thought I was gonna be joking. Like, ah, it's JK.
Yeah, same.
What?
Oh, wait. Did you think you made me turn my force
Oh,
field off?
okay.
No, it's too strong for that. I gave it to you.
He's gonna squish. Oh, please squish it to death.
See you in hell, you goddamn golden asshole!
Oh my god! I swear to God, I didn't know that happened. Oh my
KO!
It's gonna be the top comment now. It's gonna be like, I'm fucking looking something up.
Seriously?
I know it seems ridiculous, but
Seriously? How did that golden dingus beat mutant Jesus?
well, it sounds crazy at first, but Booster Gold actually had everything he needed to take Cable out.
Cable's powers were way more versatile and deadly than Booster's, and his lifetime of
Fucking
experience
crying
in
right
the trenches made him the more well-rounded soldier overall.
But Booster had plenty of deadly weaponry in his own right, though his saving grace was that force field,
Sure, that thing survived some crazy stuff.
including every single thing in Cable's arsenal. For example, Cable's telekinesis could move a planet and rearrange cells, right? Well, Booster's force field survived planetary destruction at the subatomic level, similar to a nuclear bomb, but on a massive scale
Booster
worth about
kills on this one.
14
Like a
tenatons
half
of
a win for
TNT,
the ending.
over 100,000 times greater than Cable's power output.
That's 40 fucking zeros, bitches! Holy mutant Jesus! And remember, his gloves use the same energy as the shield, so that means Booster is packing some serious heat.
Even in Cable's fight with the Silver Surfer, while he managed to keep up for a short while, once the Surfer got serious, the fight was over pretty quick.
Meanwhile,
Love how they never
Boosty's over
explained that
here in
part.
the same league as speedsters
That's
like
what we picked.
Flash. And I know what you're thinking. What about Cable's mind control powers? Well, Boosty's shield protected him from Maxwell Lord,
Whose mental powers, like Cable's, could also span an entire planet.
Yeah, Cable looked a lot better on paper, but he just didn't have a surefire way to put Booster down for good. And Booster had exactly what he needed to nab a victory.
This is one of the awkward things about comparing heroes from different franchises. Cable may be a gritty badass and Booster may be a silly goofball, but those distinctions mostly matter in their own worlds. In Death Battle, we have to compare them directly, and sometimes that means a hero no one's ever heard of wins.
Booster didn't just win, he took home the gold.
The winner is Booster Gold.
Man, we both saw that coming,
thanks for
dude.
watching this episode
That
of
was
Death
crazy.
Battle.
That was crazy.
Battle music free stuff is good, but
And Marvel's a
down
joke.
below.
And if you want to watch more stuff, pick the boxes right over there.
Oh, Naruto.
Is it?
Kakashi and Obi-Wan.
I'm pulling for, I don't really care. Kakashi.
Damn. Alright.
I'm like a huge Obi-Wan fan, and Kakashi's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was like, okay, alright, we're getting the one fucking Naruto character that fucking Joey's gonna recognize, is like his fucking dude from Naruto, and you're just like, yeah, I don't give a shit.
I think
I was like, oh, Joey's gonna be like, oh shit, I was like, I'm gonna get something out of Joey. I was like, there's gonna be like a little thing for Joey at least. He's just gonna be like, oh sweet, dude, Kakashi, let's go. He's just like, oh shit, yeah, I don't fucking care about this guy at all. Fuck this dude.
I like
They might as well put Booster Gold back in here. Who gives a shit?
Don't do that. You wanted to fucking squish everybody to death?
Anyway, that wouldn't happen, so that was fucking dumb battle. I mean,
What did happen?
yeah.
That was crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
You do okay. Just to clarify, when I said before the battle started that wouldn't happen, I meant that would not happen. Like if they actually fought with their actual characters. I wasn't saying that wasn't gonna happen in the battle.
But we don't know though. Like we don't technically know.
I do know though, is what I'm saying.
We
That
don't.
wouldn't have happened. If it would, then DC is literally a joke. Like, why do they even have the other superheroes? It should just be Booster Gold fighting everybody.
Booster Gold.
Why do they even have the other superheroes? Well, I have to assume it is. Because if it's not, he literally invalidates not only the superheroes in the timeline that we see, he can go to fucking anywhere ever in fucking history, basically, and do whatever he wants, and he can make millions of himself. Like, every single death that ever happens is his fault. Like, he's responsible for that. Because he fucking doesn't save everybody ever. Which he absolutely has the power to do.
It's the most one-sided win in the series. Nothing really went past the shield, and Booster was as clean as when you started at the end. Not a Booster fan, just saying. And this one is pretty good. Cable, Omega-level mutant with psychic powers that can ionize the atmosphere of an entire planet, can move several planets, and can rearrange reality in a subatomic level. Booster Gold, force field. I mean, it was crazy. Yeah, it's probably it's kind of like a joke character, sort of. I knew that was gonna happen. The whole thing. I picked Cable to win, but I knew Booster Gold the whole time. Oh. And how is he confused for Green Lantern? You see, that was one of his feats.
Because he's got fucking force fields. That's why. Because he's got a fucking circular force field sometimes. Like I said, he can't have ever lost. Because if he ever lost to like somebody like Doomsday, then obviously his shield isn't fucking so powerful that he can't lose. See what I'm saying?
I'm trying to look. I can't. It's hard to find. Has he ever match? The Joker fucked him up. It looks like. Did he beat him or just hurt him?
I'm sorry.
Despite having every
See,
advantage, the Joker still
I just saw him beat somebody who fucking extinguishes stars, and for some reason, this obviously isn't what you said because it would be fucking absolutely stupid. But it sounded like you said that he lost to Joker at some point, which obviously that's not what you said. So if you can repeat what you actually said, that would be fucking fantastic.
15 things you didn't know about Booster Gold. There's part that says, despite having every advantage, the Joker is still able to trounce Booster Gold. Attempt after attempt ends in Booster getting beaten, shot, burned, and tortured. And Barbara Gordon still ends up crippled. Booster holds the guilt for life, unable to save Ted Core.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to get this headset fixed. Fucking literally. Obviously, I'm just not hearing you correctly because, once again, it sounds like you're saying that the Joker beat him, which obviously can't be the case. He's a god. The Joker is literally the strongest fucking person in both DC and Marvel comics, other than the literal multiverse people.
That's crazy.
With just a crowbar. And
that smile.
And that damn smile. All right, Hannah Baker, let's fucking chill out a little bit here.
Oh, God.
All right, well, that's good enough for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Wish this battle was never made. Until next time, stay bright. Catch you on the dark side.